when she heard the news? To you?
You're saying the news as though someone's given me the Oscar, which it's not really like that. But she said that that she's very familiar with a lot of people in the press also, and she said, go and have a good time. It'll be lovely. That's all.
Will you take rushes of Agent Vinod to show the press friends?
No. Obviously there's a side to Cannes also, which is a kind of a marketplace for movies, but we're not going there in that regard or that respect. And anyway, I think most of the films that I work in, all the films that I work in, are not really the kind that would compete or have a place in a film festival like Cannes. I think we make films for Indians primarily and make commercial cinema, which is a completely different type of film to the kind of films that they like to showcase.
Speaking of...
But on the other hand, if one makes like you never know. I think sometime in the future, maybe a film like Agent Vinod or a strongly commercial Indian movie might and should have a place also. I think it's up to the jury to decide that. But I have a feeling they like slightly different kind of movies to the kind we make.
Saif, speaking of your French connection, you have also bought the rights of a French comic strip. So do you think the movie that you are going to make of that will appeal to the jury out there?
No, the kind of film that we will make will be obviously an Indianized and very commercial film. And even the comic book is a very commercial and kind of, larger than life character. So I think it'll lend itself well to a good Hindi movie.
Could you reveal the name of the character, please?
I'm afraid not right now. It's still very early. We have some paperwork to put into place, and then I look forward to a proper press conference announcing the film and the partners with which we are working.
Saif,
last question.
If you had to take one of your old films to Cannes, which one would that be?
It's hard to say. I think the only film, I would take to any festival really would perhaps be Being Cyrus, right? That's the only one I can.
And which one?
And Omkar, of course.
Which
I
one?
think perhaps if I had to take a film to Cannes, it would be Omkar. Because sometimes I think the most international thing you can do is not speak English, but to do something completely Indian would be the most international, would be the best thing that you can show off internationally. So the fact that it's also Shakespeare and the West will have some understanding of it, of the story, and yet the treatment and the setting is unique. I think definitely Omkar. Thanks.
Saif, you are planning to wear Tom Ford at the red carpet. What makes it the obvious choice?
I don't know. I think it's a black tie event and you think dinner jacket, and in 2012 when you think dinner jacket, maybe thanks to James Bond, you think Tom Ford.
Saif, we also hear that you'll be soon coming out with the sequel of Main Khiladi Tu Nari, is that true?
No, actually, I was talking to somebody from the press, and they said, would you, we were talking about sequels becoming popular these days. And I remember when we did Main Khiladi Tu Nari, I don't know how many years ago, I said, we should make a sequel. And everybody said, no, that, how can you make a sequel? It's not a very good idea. So then somebody asked, would you make a sequel to Main Khiladi Tu Nari? And I thought, yeah, why not? We'd be open to making it maybe, but I don't think there are any such plans, and I can probably for sure tell you it won't happen.
And how's Agent Vinod shaping up?
It's shaping up pretty well. We're shooting right now in Filmistan, and I think we should wrap up photography by August.